radio station.
We're more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life.
Amen. Oh, that burn in my heart. Ibagaba, Ibagaba. I don't forget you. Amen. I don't forgive you. Amen. Where you do me. Amen. I don't forgive you. Amen. I wanna be free, oh, free from this pain. That thing where you do me. Amen. I don't forgive you. Amen. Amen. Oh, amen. That pain in my heart. Amen. Ibagaba. Amen. Ibagaba. Amen. Hey. I don't stop to hide my face. I'm done day on top my case. Bye bye to my crying days. Amen. Oh yeah. Amen. Oh my brother, help me say amen. Amen. Help me say amen. Amen. Help me say amen. 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 Oh my sister, help me say amen. Amen. Help me say amen. Amen. Help me say amen.
All right, so one time, sharp. Check the time now, 6:32. Now, what's in time? Don't they talk for inside of the studio here? Citizen FM 93.7 for Abuja. Now here we did. As the matter take the beat, sharp. Good morning to you there. Better. Sempelicious, tantantious, or conscious, gengensious morning. And to you, this better day. Today, number 18 day, like play. Election is coming. Oh, do you have your PVC? Yeah, do you have your PVC? Which producer I go work with now? Make I release this song. Election is coming. Oh, do you have your PVC, Daddy Mo? Do you have your PVC? Election is coming. Do you have your PVC? Have you collected your PVC, Daddy? Oh, no. Who I go feature for this jam now? Because we need to release this song before Saturday, or maybe by this week. I need a producer who heard the hot. Producer with a pop. Maybe I need a hot producer. Make we work on this particular jam because election is coming. Do you have your PVC, mommy? Do you have your PVC, brother? Oh, brother Mo. I beg you. This one now, laugh, but now very, very serious. Today, 18 days, it don't move from inside of the January arrangement. Good morning to you one more time. Make I just small holy water. Calm down. Make I. Water of blessing, collect. It's called a blessed water. Water we go. If you still there on top of bed, if you know they're on top of bed, good. But so, all right. So good morning to you one more time. And so we have to take the Boston side today. Now another beautiful day. Number 18 day Ojare. 18 day Wednesday. I be today no be Wednesday. Today is Wednesday now. What are you talking? Ezemmuo, look at the time. Wednesday. All right, so Wednesday, 18 day for inside of January 20 plus 23 is equals to 2023. Now, so we have the enter. Super Citizen at Sunrise on top of Citizen FM 93.7 for Abuja. In case you don't wonder which station it is, who be others ones, who they talk like, who they ginger me like this, who they pour me water this morning, who they shake everywhere like this. Don't worry yourself. Confirm station for the citizens. When it be say yourself, you talk your mind, talk how much you go, talk your mind, express yourself. Yarn one-on-one. We self we here for you. We talk to you. You talk to us. We talk to you. You talk to us. Table tennis talk. Because it's a form of a Liverpool talk. Don't be say we be Liverpool. It's a form of a Liverpool talk because we don't like to talk alone. Yes, I see the B. All right, so now we take the enter on top of the arrangement today for Super Citizen Sunrise. They call me the chief priest, Ezemmuo one, oracle of the citizens, man where they take sense, they avoid anything where resemble nonsense. Count me out for inside. And the stuff I did here with you from now, go to where 9 o'clock day this morning. From now till 9 o'clock, things is rishi. The way we don't arrange ourselves, cut them. Arrange everything stew, everything makes sense, everything go well. In fact, everything all go well. Today, as it be. And I know say the package, you no go regret them. You no go regret them. Say you day with us from now, go reach 12 for midnight. Because from now go reach 12 for midnight, Orishi things and things so. Orishi things and things so. Orishi things and things is nine go. 9 billion things them where they ground. All right, and the scoff will start from the arrangement of my church mind. From now, go reach 7 o'clock. My church mind. One thing wait in my mind, I go follow you reason that thing. Make yourself follow me reason amo. Sometimes my church mind very serious issue. Sometimes not be very serious issue. Sometimes not to make you laugh, sometimes not to make you think, sometimes not to make you understand some things where you guys understand as a citizen of Nigeria. On top of my church mind this morning, we go talk. But I want to carry us go reach where 7 o'clock day. When we're 7 o'clock don't knock, we go switch the gear. And the gear where we go switch now so that we go fit to enter inside of the newspaper review, waiting paper, they talk. All right, so we go check waiting paper, they talk, because papers, they're full everywhere, and things they sort for the country. Back to back, we no go fit to dollar. We go to follow up, because our work not to follow. Waiting the sub as they follow, we must have got to give you updates. You self, they follow. As you follow, make yourself they tell us what do you feel about some of those things. 7 o'clock, we will check the newspapers at a scoff. As we check the headlines, my man, correct man, senior man, he go there here. Talk about Philemon and Jakuko, he go there here. We go check one or two things for inside of the papers. And then, of course, we go still move from there. You self go get to talk, and then we'll move from there. Con switch. All right, so sharply, 7 o'clock, like I tell you, we go check newspapers and stuff. We'll check everything we did there. Of some of the headlines. Philemon and Jakuko go there. We'll check them. Yusef, you did, because all of stuff we got a day for the matter. And when we do that one, go reach where 8 o'clock a day, we go change the gear of the motor. Not be say we go put down for reverse, because forward ever. We know they go back. Who they turn back with my headphone for here? Somebody is tampering with my headphone for this side. Oh, they're my village people. Village people, throw away. And when they say village people, you have now somebody village person. When they say village people, my village people, are you not from a village, somebody's village? But anyway, it's always a way, as long as say it lead to the right way. After 8 o'clock, on the other side of 8 o'clock or scoff, we'll jump on top of the arrangement of Big Talk. On top Big Talk, we go reason one or two things we consign us as country. All right, we go reason like family, and they talk about reasoning, and they talk about venting or ranting. Nobody say anybody to rant or anybody to vent. No, what they talk about. And they talk about reasoning, calculated reasoning. We could check one or two things. We consign us, because sometimes to go front, you need to go back. Sometimes, not be all the time. For you to go front, you need to go back. If they say, how did the text speak that way for Yoruba? I go to Losienyi. I go. She not go. I mean, I go to Losienyi. Agbara lo lomoa. Yetego. Now say the ram. She not ram. I be because it wouldn't be good. So I go to Losienyi. That's ram. We go back. Now power, you go carry confront. You understand? So sometimes you need to dress back so that you go see clearly what is your call for front. And then I'm waiting for Big Talk. We go sit down, check ourselves, go back, look side, look left, like who on cross road, check left hand side, check right hand side, check everything before we cross the road. And so we do it for Big Talk. We go talk matters, we consign us shortly. And scoff, we go get somebody from inside of the studio here where we go take fry mouth, bounce off the talk, reason based on one or two. You self, where they hear you go fit to control, because soon and very soon I go drop the phone lines so that we go talk as the matter take the beat. All right, so now so we take one. I'm going to reach from that 8 o'clock, go reach 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Again, the gearbox still the work. We will just change the gear. Enter another gear. The gear where we go enter, we go first stop for the bus stop of newsroom, because information they very important. We need information to take function. Hey, Oh, see my rhyme this morning. My head is pop. My head is pop. I'm gonna leave me. Information. You need information to function so that you function in the nation. La quanetini. That's why we go check newsroom by 9 o'clock. We'll make we hear waiting the call for Bodo the world and a scoff. If we come out from the newsroom, we self go continue with a better, sempelicious, obongelicious, tantantious programs on top of the Citizen FM 93.7 for Abuja. Now from here where we did, don't forget www.citizenfm.ng at the website in case you fit to check them from that side. And if you go for the website, the news day there, information day there, entertainment day there. And if you want to listen to us direct, you can see that play button. Click the play button, welcome. You can listen to us direct live as it be. Now even outside to talk to you, sir, if you still check us live and direct for instead of YouTube, our YouTube page day there, Citizen FM 937. Now we YouTube page. If you check us there live and direct, you're going to follow us. You're going to see me live as I talk to you. So now, for instead of YouTube, so check them out. Share the link to your friends and your families and your goons, everybody. All right, based on how it be. Now, so we'll take one and then of course, program is going to continue. Other better program is going to continue. Many things they line up from now after 9, 10, 11. Good jams, good things, good yarnings. All right, we go carry them like that. Titi tororo. Go reach where 12 day for midnight. You know, go and miss them. Now, so we run on Citizen FM 93.7 for Abuja. As it be 6:43. I get one small cold water. Which cold water? Ezemmuo focus. I get a small warm water when I want to drink. If I drink this water, come out. I go start to the cut small thing within my mind. Make a drop for your table this morning. Now my church mind. I go tell you if I come back 2 seconds, I come back. No touch them. Come on hand.
Nigeria go better. Nigeria go better. Nigeria go better. Nigeria go better. If Nigeria go better, now your hand is there. If Nigeria go better, now my hand is there. Make we join us together, make Nigeria for better.
Dun. I don't know whether to leave me this thing this way. I do like this particular music bed. This instrumental. It bust my brain. It give me ginger. As it be. Good morning once again. On top of the matter, Citizen FM 93.7 for Abuja. Now here we day. In case you still there one side of the corner, just arrange yourself. The reason you still there. People don't follow people don't follow the life, don't they move on? So get up, make we yarn on top of the matter. Maybe be early riser, maybe you still dey bed, maybe you dey road because as the people don't follow traffic don't follow. People are out there to hustle and bustle. But anyway, 6:45. We got 15 minutes. Inside of that 15 minutes, I want to tell you my church mind. Waiting in my mind this morning. Now you get something. I don't know whether you don't notice them, or maybe yourself you did do them, or you don't notice them. Now maybe we talk about this one before 7 o'clock. We'll go check newspapers. By 7 we'll go check newspapers. Okay, in case you just join us, 7 o'clock we'll check what did happen. That one go carry us go reach 8 o'clock. Big talk and a scoff. We'll go from big talk 8 o'clock to 9. We'll check newsroom. All right, make I just give you a quick recap again. All right, and now Citizen FM 93.7 or scoff 18. Today for January 2023, 6:46. They call me the chief priest on top radio. Ezemmuo 1, mouthpiece and the gong, oracle of the citizens. I did here with you this morning. Now, my church mind. You go don't see sometimes where you go just greet some people. You go greet somebody. You go say good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, or well done, or I greet you, or I salute you. You greet person. Now the person, the first thing where the person go tell you, is, as you greet the person, good morning. Go say, how work? Now the first thing where the person go tell you, or the person go say, how the work? that was if they shock me. Yesterday I go buy something and they tell the guy, I go buy a big bottle of water because anywhere where they go these days, I carry big bottle of water because I need them based on 102. Now I tell the guy, give me big water. I mean, I don't greet the guy, boss. I greet you, give me water. First thing when he asked me, how the work? Now I myself ask and say, which work? I play with the player. I tell him, say, which work be that? Which of the work where they ask me? Now the guy start to laugh. Myself, I start to laugh. I tell him, so that greet, now just normal greet. He say, how the work? All right, so I want to talk something for my church mind this morning. When you greet somebody, you go hear how work for this for in Nigeria here. How work? So my question now, that work where they ask me, which one? That work where they ask me now, that be the most important thing. At least now greet with a greet. I know, say Nigerian people get concerned, we they show love, we get empathy. For they go say empathy. So we they show love. But when you they show love, because how work or how they walk, some self go how family, how friend, how children, how life. You they ask me now, I go greet somebody, but say, how for Yawo and the children? Which Yawo? You give me any wife? You don't give me any wife now. I mean, you give me any wife? Or which of the children where they talk about? Because somebody like me now, I still there inside of the arrangement. Why should they? How wife, how children, how manage? No, my greeting, I greet you. I just greet you for market or for road. Not be say we know ourselves before. The first thing, how work, how life, how business. Now, don't get me wrong, go. Nigerians now people where we they show love like I talk. But sometimes, some of these questions, myself, I could come to wonder, what if the best way they ask how work no get work? Or, what if the best way they ask how work? If they ask her how work, meanwhile the work they stress them. He no like the work. Make the person come tell you, say, as I greet you now, I say, good morning. You say, how work? I got to say, how work, eh? I just carry on, see that, make I tell you about work. See that work, one at the work. Every morning, I wake up by 5 o'clock. I go call, arrange myself. 6:30, I don't enter studio. If I enter studio 6:30, I go do this one. I go tell you about the work, why you ask me? I go really tell you. If the work not is sweet, I go tell you. If the work is sweet, I go tell you. If I don't get work, I go tell you because you ask me how work. Meanwhile, a normal greeting, we just want to greet ourselves. So why you not go just greet? You know, so that one bring me, you think gonna be like say people they ask out of formality, say, make I just ask, make it not be like say, you know. Now you can still bring them from the other side. Some people, like the formal way where they could do and the official way they say good morning or good afternoon or good evening, they say, hi, how are you? You understand? You really want to know how I did? Make I tell you. Check me for YouTube. Go for YouTube there. Citizen FM 937. Now YouTube page. You're gonna watch me live. You go see how I do. You go see me for there. For YouTube. I did there. Live as I talk to you so now. For inside of YouTube. You go see us there. But when they ask those questions during greeting, sometimes it make me laugh, sometimes it make me wonder. Sometimes I'm gonna think say, this question, me I know say you mean well. Not be say you they ask me this question because I know say you mean well. But hello, which of the work now? They say how the work? Okay, how the work? Which work? Okay, how life now? How wife and children? Which wife? Which children? What if the person is a single person? What if the person don't even get babe? Because when I been they come Abuja, they tell me say babe plenty for this town. I don't do 1 year for Abuja. Where the girls? Then you now go come to remind me of my predicament. You go come to remind me of my situation. You go come to remind me of my condition. You go to ask me, say, how your wife and children? Which wife and children? Be careful. Oh. Greet me, make I greet you more they go. Now come the open jump office or WAEC office for my head. Don't interrogate me. Don't interrogate me, please. Good morning, good morning. How are you? Fine. Bye, 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 bye. Go your way. Go your way. Don't go to ask me how work, how family, how wife, how children. You don't chop. You don't. Hade kwekwe. Ele ketene. Akwata mama. Ikinini. Ola kotono. Mana limi. Limio, and me now they talk am every day. Say if I dey where they chop, I dey dislocate turkey laps, I dey tear chicken thighs, I dey cut their bones, they suck the bone marrow, I dey drink my water, I dey lem my eba. Avoid me for those kind of places. Not to talk of say you come greet me for there, greet me finish, come ask me how work, how life, how wife, how children, how knife, how clients, how banaka, how bamana, kayam kurimana. Ko ka gesheni ni man gesheka ko ngesheki ko ai tepinashi ko ai chigaba ko ai kama hanya ko ba ka bane dole sai an tambaye ni dole sai ka tambaye ni yaya wannan yaya mata ya iyali ya aiki ya gida ya mutanen gida ya mutanen gida fa ya suke sun ci abinci ne bai sun ci ya an sa gishiri a cikin abincin ya aka yi sun ci abinci da ruwa ne ya ne all those many things is a what is a long thing. It's a long thing, no. But let me say greeting no good. Make we no go misunderstand waiting at the talk. Greeting they good. Greeting they go well. Greeting augur well. Greeting is a nice something. But sometimes I wonder some of the things when we ask ourselves, when we greet ourselves, whether it necessito, whether it important, whether it is supposed to be like that. Because when you did the ask person say, you can't ask them how far, how manage, how this one, how that one. I greet, no, make we just greet ourselves now. I love you. You love me. You don't do. Okay, if I can't tell you about that my work now, you go help me. If I can't tell you, say, okay, I define wife. You go give me wife. Okay, if I can't tell you now, say, how life, I can't start to sit you down. You know how many years I don't spend for life? I can't start to tell you the story of my life. Only that greet, you know. You want to know about life, how life now? Oh yeah, sit down, pull chair, sit down, make I tell you about life. You see, in 1925, I will tell you about life, because you asked me. So, I just say make I throw that one. Now, what in my church mind? Because even this morning, I greet somebody. I just come walk. I greet somebody. She tell me, say, how walk? I want ask her, say, which walk? Now the walk are the good now. I never even, which walk greet first? Good morning first. Before how walk. All right, shout out. Now, what in my church mind? The reason I don't know how you reason, but as it in my mind, now what's I drop? Give you 5 minutes before 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, they check newspapers, waiting papers, they talk. That one, we will check them, all of the papers, the big headlines, the other headlines, we will check them. You and me on top of the matter. The phone lines there, you go put your mouth. I go open the phone lines later. You go put your phone mine as it be. Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Now there you did this better, blessed morning. Today will be Wednesday, number 18 day for instead of January 20 plus 23 is equals to 2023. That song, when I talk, I go release. Where is your VVC? Have you collected your PVC? I define collabo. Maybe I'm Fred and me and Fred go do that jam. We go find collabo do am. But I better go try make you collect your PVC. It's still the collection still go on. Very important, especially if you don't register. You did ready to vote. Try collect your PVC this period to avoid stories that touch the heart. Ready yourself. Ready to vote. Ready for the elections and vote peacefully, gingerly, and wildly. My name is Ezemmuo. Make I drink water. I go jam you on the other side of 7 o'clock for waiting papers. They talk. No touch your radio.
This is our journey. We've had our finest moments and our our darkest hours. Yet, we pull ourselves back from the brink every time. We are a resilient people. We are Nigeria. And when we talk, we share our views on Talk Radio 93.7, Citizen FM. A people united will never be defeated.
This is the time where you go call your brother, call your sister. This is the time where you go pick your phone and start to call your cleaner number to ask them how you day. You think say you wise, now make you say no be your business. You know nice. The way you treat a person, the little bit of good go change the world. How you did this morning? Go a long way. Oh, okay, how you really are? No underestimate within that question go do. Check on someone, you know they kill. You don't know anything that smart thing go do. Check on someone, you know they kill.
It's not the time when you go call your father, call your mother. This not the time when you go pick your phone and start to call your driver number to ask about your day. How you did this morning? Go a long way. Okay, how your area? No underestimate within the question go do. Check on someone, you know they kill. You don't know anything that smart thing go do. Check on someone, you know they kill.
Waiting be life without love, oh. Vanity, I only know I saw.
Love is all we got.
I still waiting, it go cost you to check up on your people. Make sure say them they okay, sure say you care. How you did this morning? Go a long way. Okay, how you really are? No underestimate within that question go do. Check on someone, you know they kill. You don't know anything that smart thing go do. Check on someone, you know they kill. Check on someone, you know they kill.
Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dreams. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dreams. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Shake it, shake it.
This is our journey.
All right, so sharp. Check your time, 7:01. I tell you, say time, no they wait for anybody live. Now, Gaga, this one, a Citizen FM 93.7 for Abuja. Now, here we day live and direct. They call me the chief priest on top of the radio, mouthpiece and the gong. I tell you, say 7 o'clock, we don't change the gear. Baku, no time. And then waiting there for inside of the newspapers, waiting papers, they talk. Now, what you want to check the papers, them they are plenty. All of them, uncle, pick me, calm down. Make I calm down, they're plenty. So we'll go check one or two, and we go look them quickly. Then we get somebody who will go help us check and balance them for inside of the studio here. And of course, you, Seth, you go get to put mouths based on one or two because it concern you. And of course, it concern me. But make with the rush, no time to the check anytime. Daily Sun, day for here. We see Daily Sun for here. And the big one, where they there, we are ready for runoff. Won't shift elections. Now, INEC Oga, they talk that one, Yakubu. The right away they say, Yakubu at Chatham House says 21,000 ineligible voters found in 15 states. Wow. That one day there for inside of Daily Sun. Sharply, we will rush the headlines sharp so that we will bring in we guest to make we yarn. Okay, so that one day for inside of Daily Sun, and then we see another smaller headline where they there. Well, small in size. Nobody say the message is small because as the IPOP leader Nnamdi Kanu sues Malami, demands 20 billion naira damages apology. That one's FD there for inside of Daily Sun. Sharply, no time to check anytime. Now this one now, I think call them familiar spirits. We don't hear this matter time and time again, but they here now. For inside of the Daily Times, the big headline, what would they see there? It says strike. FG issues certificate of registration to Konwa and Namda. That one day there, those ones are scoffed. Now the two factions, they call them breakaway factions from ASU, Congress of Nigerian University Academics, and SCOF, the other one where they call NAMDA, National Association of Medical and Dental Academics. Yes, I believe. Two of them. So the big story where they say federal government issues certificate of registration to Konwa NAMDA. That one day the riders Tate, where they attach, put for those ones. They say gazettes both unions to operate alongside other varsity-based organizations. That one self did here. The other right away they say set to pay ASU's rival unions 8 months withheld salary. We'll go touch a light to this particular matter. And then now Squafu, they see Konwa, NAMDA, illegal groups in varsity system. They can't operate, they can't be accorded recognition. Now ASU, they talk that one. All right, so that one day there, now the big headline waiting for the Daily Times this morning. We still see a non-inclusion of youths in national discussion portends liability for Africa. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari and I talk that one. Now, still on top of INEC Oga matter, that one day there, we don't check and for the other paper. In day for Chatham House, they talk some things. Say INEC must not leave any stone unturned to deliver credible elections. That one self day there. Now, quickly, make we check waiting day for inside of Daily Trust this morning. Because of time, we spent. Now, talk about the big headlines there for Daily Trust. The big headline, they say Boko Haram, we spent $1 billion to retrieve territories. All right, we spent $1 billion to retrieve territories. Now, what in President Muhammadu Buhari they talk on the right away they there, they say says terrorism financiers want to split Nigeria. That one day there. Now, another angle to this INEC gist where I see for Daily Trust here. They say INEC to conduct mock accreditation ahead of polls. Now, because polls now next month now, today na 18th. So never know when they go do the mock accreditation, but they say mock accreditation ahead of polls. That one day there. Paris Club reforms court summons Emefiele over $53 million judgment debt. That one day there. All right, so all those ones today there for inside of Daily Trust this morning. We still see Nigeria to rise 400 billion naira per month through bond sales. UN, ECOWAS warn Nigeria against election violence. All of them day there too for inside of the Daily Trust this morning. Check out this day newspaper. Big headline: ECWA president. They say the church will soon announce the presidential choice. Well, now church, ECWA church, scoff. And the writers they say Northern Christians already settled for Atiku. And so Dogara talk. Muslim tickets recipe for disaster before Vice President 91. And then we see, for inside of Ekiti, right away there, they say inside of Ekiti, PDP candidate promises to prioritize human development or scoff. You know, say the PDP train, carry campaign, go for Ekiti State. Some of the things will come out there. Now be this one when I declare you so. All right, so that one day there. Okay, now talk about global recession. The federal government talks that Nigeria has enough external reserve to withstand global recession. Shocks. Really? I say Nigeria has enough external reserve to withstand global recession. That one day there. Two, they say Senate gives minister 3-day ultimatum to submit 23.7 trillion naira ways and means details. Okay, so that one's half day for this day. Russian, now with the Russia, still on top of Ogaya Kubu matters, they won't surrender the security. We won't surrender to security threats to conduct mock accreditation. All right, they say insist elections will hold as scheduled, ready for presidential runoff. This particular presidential runoff talk, I believe our guest will go put mouth for inside of the studio here, because INEC now don't they talk about the possibility of runoff, but say they no go shift election, they no go tamper, but runoff fits day, and then they're ready for runoff based on how it be. All right, so make I just quickly scan through one or two more headlines, then we'll go bring in our guest for inside of the studio here. Make we talk one or two headlines quickly before we come up, but now they see allegations and counter allegations. Anyway, that one did here too, but make we check for inside of INEC. Now, this one is important. It be like saying that this one self we could take start with my guest for inside of the studio. As a 2023 election belong to the young people. 2023 elections belong to young people. Who they talk to? Now INEC talk so based on what INEC talk for inside of Chatham House, still on steel. Many talk, many points, many matters arising from there. All right, then of course, FG will pay Konwa salary for ASU's 8-month strike period. Now Ngige 9 they talk that particular talk. He did there too. All right, so make I just take maybe Nation newspaper quickly. If I take Nation, then I take Punch, one or two headlines for there. Then we go start to the talk. Because now 9 minutes past 7 o'clock, waiting paper talk, Super Citizen at Sunrise on Top Citizen FM 93.7 for Abuja. My name is the Chief Priest. I get my brother for inside of the studio here. Very soon you go hear him voice. Very simplicious human being. And when they see him here, Atiku, the big headline for the Nation, they say Atiku plans... Well, Atiku plans sale of nation's assets to allies. That's an allegation from the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress. Talk about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That one day, the big headline there for Nation newspaper. I'll see other ones where they there. Don't behave like ASU and Nigeria, Ngige. They tell new union. All right. Okay, so all those ones today there. Sharply, no time to check anytime. Make we see Vanguard, the Guardian say uneasy calm at CBN as officials grapple with integrity issues. The CBN matter as the CBN DSS downplay, dismiss Emefiele's arrest saga as speculative. Okay, all those ones serve idea there for the Guardian. Then very important, Senate demands details of 23.7 trillion CBN facility to federal government. Check your time. 10 minutes past 7 o'clock. Now, what's in time to talk? Now, the headlines, some of the headlines, there are plenty, different headlines, but because of time, we just collect some of these ones with the hot, poto, like a hot soup, like hot egusi soup with a komoto, Make we just check those ones. But don't be limited inside of the studio here. I get so correct human being. He heard the hot, he heard the pop himself. You know what it is soup. Now, somebody when he on how he open in buka cavity when they take chop yam and oil, when they talk, you self go get information. And they talk about my brother Philemon Ajekuko inside of the studio here. Good morning, bros. We can just say my name. that question. Sometimes the thing they shock me. You go greet person, good morning. First thing you say, how work?
I think it's just part of what we call social nicety that we don't pay any particular attention to. So it's just woven into that. So they even ask you without looking at your face. Whatever you say, if you start to tell them the story of your life, they will when this organization when they go. So.
All right, so welcome. So how work? Okay, Philemon.
What make us start? Make I open a book for you.
All right. So welcome this morning as the matter take me. All right, so Philemon Ajekuko, we see things where they for papers.
Plenty.
Plenty. But one of the things we go need to check, because this one I be like saying I waiting a real call. Make we just start with this INEC talk. Where INEC boss in the Chatham House yesterday when they talk about some things, talk about elections, say possibility of runoff day, and of course we still they talk about say elections go stay as scheduled. But said INEC, if it happens, say runoff go happen, say why not? All right, so not we even start from that one. He said we are ready for runoff. That one and the big one ready for Daily Sun and some other papers. We are ready for runoff, but we won't shift elections. We are so in talk for Chatham House. Then it still say 21,000 ineligible voters found in 15 states. Not we start from this one. Okay, Philemon.
Say from what of us I don't see over the years. INEC is always ready. No matter where they go, they are always ready. But when election does start, now we would hear all kinds of stories, logistic stories. The place far well, the place plenty river day. They they straightforward like that. We get some challenges, but they do that because they want to build confidence. They don't want you to panic over anything. Even if it's just like when you go back and a teller computer, they online. You could just tell you we have a few challenges, but they not ever tell you what challenge. You say just be patient. So it is good for the populace because right now tempers they up. People they worry about a whole lot of things. Some people you remember a few days ago when they say the election will even take place or not, and I just laugh. I say election will take place, even in situation where countries are at war, they still conduct elections. Election is about the aggregate. It doesn't necessarily mean that everything will go well in every corner, but on the aggregate, are you able to do something that is meaningful? Once you achieve that,
you don't need to be perfect.
It cannot be perfect. So, for people outside, Nigeria is not at war. We are not at war. Abuja here, if you go to many states, people are going about their normal lives. So election will come, election will go. Anybody when make trouble any corner, they won't do election there. But now, what happened? They would have cut off their own voice in the election. So it stops there. So I believe INEC is doing what it needs to do to build that confidence.
Yes. So now waiting then gas do, 90 they do.
Yes.
All right, so but then this one now, like I talked, this other one, a familiar spirit with this one. He there for like 2-3 papers we will see. When they talk about federal government to give certificate, then we don't register other breakaway factions of ASU during the strike crisis. We hear say they register them, but now they say they don't give them certificate of registration. Talk about CONUA, the Congress of Nigerian University Academics, and then the other joint body will be NAMDA, National Association of Medical and Dental Academics. So they don't give them certificate of registration, and the minister they talk for another paper, one other paper, say they're going to even pay them for the strike period. So how you see this one now? Inside this kind of period where heat day like this, how you see this one now?
You get one parable for among the Yoruba people.
Yes,
but it's not too sweet for radio, so I know if you talk. Say when he touch something, you touch something. Make I just leave it like that. But the one when I go fit talk, they say if you see man when they marry a woman, second. Marry a woman, Saka, and he come marry you and belle they sweet you. I be saying you no get sense. Because the same broom, when they take sweep the other woman come out,
still there somewhere.
they hang her for top of whatever inside the house. So one day you self go do the exit line. So it happens normally where you have dictators and they want to what they call divide and rule. So when you have a union that is very powerful, and ASU has always been powerful. They have always been powerful. So once in a while, government comes up with this trick of trying to break the ranks of the union so that they can have some peace. Now, but those people who are in the new union, they must also understand that they are being used as pawns. But it serves some people because something they go under the table. But it is for the moment. What about the long run? Because we are talking about a profession plagued.
Not be today.
Not be today. It's plagued. And I remember I told you the other time, I don't know whether you or Stanley say, education. When you not get them right, my brother, you are wasting your time.
Yes, I remember we talk about that one
You are
time.
wasting your time because everything that society uses to vote itself from one stage to another is education. It's knowledge. That body of knowledge, you have to grow it over time. So when it has kinks, what they call kinks in economics, when it has dislocation, your leg, your bone not straight.
Yeah,
now
not
you
shift, not shift small.
You go they walk out like somebody when they on top of a river. So the thing when it touch ASU, eventually it go touch Kanu or whatever they call them, or Namda or whatever. It go eventually touch them.
Because even ASU now don't come out, they talk, say, see, all this one they do, Konwa, Namda,
Yes.
we don't know now, we not follow, we not even recognize now.
How would they function? Because you have to, it's just like what's also going on now with the NBA. They now have body of benchers. And you see that already when you have multiple institutions like that
Inside one union,
there's a dilution of the power. So on the aggregate, they are losing strength because when they want to fight now, they don't have. It's just like say if you have 10 people in a company and 2 people are going on strike, nobody will pay attention.
not true.
But when the 10 say, "Oga,
We not do again.
we not do again,"
Oga go listen.
Oga go say, "Make now calm down, drink water, pour water, make we talk."
More talk.
So that is what is happening, and I wish the Kanwa good luck. But we'll see in a few years' time how waka whether they feel climb the staircase, go upstairs, and they're still there for ground floor.
All right, so still on top of the matter, we still check up now. Talk about this one where I don't know what you feel about this one. ECWA president talk about the church go so announce the presidential choice, but now Yakubu Dogara done the talk based on one or two. Say Northern Christians say they get their own candidate. Say they'd already settled for Atiku. Now I don't know whether a question of ECWA talking for all Christians in the north or Dogara talking for all Christians in the north. I don't know how this one will play out, but whether not just issue of choice or simple endorsement, how you feel this particular matter?
Number one, do we have any evidence that ECWA Church met to discuss presidential candidates? Do we have that on record?
No, because waiting day here, the big headline there say the church will soon announce. According to the president.
Make you not forget, say at some point, former Secretary of the Government made certain statements on behalf of Christians in the north. Then Dogara come bring your own shukushuku, enter, tire come the flat. So that's on one hand. On the other hand, Christians must be very, very careful when they stray into the political space. The political space is a poison arena. When you go in there, you're going to mess up a lot of things for yourself. So they need to be extremely careful what they say and what they do. Elections are about individual choices. What if I'm in one particular group and I prefer, for instance, I prefer a certain candidate, and my pastor said vote for this one? Will it really make sense if I have a preference for a particular person
based on what you feel?
Based on what I feel, we take the country forward just because I belong to a particular organization And now I'm not stirred by the wishes, because in most cases, let us face it, it is usually a few individuals that decide on behalf of many.
In most cases.
In
not,
most
not,
cases.
not be all the time.
Not in most cases.
But you know, say sometimes they get that position of opinion leadership. Somebody would be say, if you talk something, you get millions of people will possibly fit go that direction.
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Or let me remind you of something.
Okay.
When people talk, they are talking from a certain perspective. In Nigeria, for instance, you see somebody who just wakes up from nowhere, no artisan, nothing, and he starts telling you about a particular candidate. Go and find out what is playing the drums
For back.
Sometimes they don't give a small or big or medium Ghana must go. So when he come, he go they talk like say he head not correct. And we don't even see a situation where the same person, a couple of years down the road, the person when he first talk for on behalf, he go come talk about that person like say that person a demon. And you go to wonder for your head. It's not this same person that said this about this man. You go say forget that one forget that time. Why? Because interest has changed. Benefits have changed. So it's like delegates when they go to primaries.
Yes.
Somebody bring let's say $5,000. Another person bring 10. Another person bring 15. You know the wave they go. As the wave they go, now so waiting then top now so they carry out. So first of all, you want to find out from Dogara. What is it that is driving Dogara? Is it an altruistic feeling for Nigeria?
Or another thing.
Or something else is under the bridge.
All right, so that one day there, but maybe we just quickly look CBN before we go open for lines. Now, for CBN, two things where they see here. They say governors go meet with, they had one of the headlines today for leadership, say governors to meet Emefiele over new Naira notes. That one day. Now, when they see the one where they say 23.7 trillion, that one real call for many people, 23.7 trillion Naira request, Finance Minister CBN holding NAS to ransom. Now, but talk about the new Naira note. They say governors want meet Emefiele over new Naira note. I mean, I think say this matter of new Naira notes, waiting they go to talk now say, okay, new Naira notes, how people go take access and make they use them. Finish. So I don't know, waiting be all this higgy haga about new Naira notes.
I think that when this whole idea started, there was some consensus among Nigerians, even among callers of Citizen FM, that it was a good idea. But like in everything else, it is one thing to have the idea, and it's another to move the idea into a strategic policy that is executed for the purpose for which it has been planned. I had some premonition like 2 years ago, or last year actually, some part of last year. I had this premonition that something is going to happen to Nigerians having access to their money. I had the premonition. So when this thing happened, I started asking myself, is it what I think or it is something else? And you can see from the point that Emefiele introduced this idea to now, so many things have come up around Emefiele. So there is, in the Bible they say one woman they pregnant and two pikin come they fight inside the belly. So there is blocks. I think there are blocks of interest that are involved in a struggle. I am not certain what their issues be. What their issues are, what their interests are. But what I can absolutely tell you without any equivocation is that it's not necessarily for the interest of you and me.
Wow.
It is not.
All right. So something they play, something they play,
inside, something Jiga day
for bad,
for one toe. Jiga day somewhere.
Now,
and it might not end well for Nigerians.
Because even talk about banks, fintechs, talk about, because this whole thing from cashless policy, reducing of how much you can go collect for counter. First of all, they say 100K for individual, 500K for corporate. Then they can switch 500K for individual, 5 million for corporate. We can't hear all those things. Now, so the thing takes start, can't reach this point where we did.
Meanwhile, the governor that is continuously giving banks directives. I was in the bank yesterday and I asked the bank manager, who is holding the new Naira notes? Because CBN says you guys have the notes. Load your ATMs. Have you been to the ATM lately?
No, yes, every day. I don't any day where they see the.
So the money is not there. The CBN says they are going to sanction the banks, and I'm wondering how do you
where the team? Because banks go tell you say now the one we didn't get the loan.
They go give.
CBN say they don't give bank instruction load the new currency and the ATM, and now ATM you go figure collect.
So now another question we say, if banks are infracting, which bank CBN don't sanction? Because if I give you money, make you give Fred, and Fred they complain to me say you never not reach in money not reach in hand, I will query you.
Not true.
So which bank CBN don't query say why have you not
never they
this
give
money?
New money where we give now since? That one a very valid question. So that one says we'll use that one, take whole body for that side. But I go open the phone lines, make we talk. Finally on a Jekuko day here. They call me Ezemmuo, still on steel with a check waiting paper the talk. All right, 0903 22 29 797 0818 22 22 205 0808 22 22 037. All the numbers where you go fit to call. Who there so now this morning? Hello.
Yeah, morning, she says Ezemmuo.
Morning, my brother. What will be your name? Where they call us from?
My Maxman, they call from Apple.
All the Maxman from Apple, welcome. Will they hear you?
I greet the honorable way in this studio.
My brother, I greet you too. You be correct, man.
Welcome.
Yeah, you talk and finish. As government don't successfully break ASO apart, so because ASO now the fight when ASO they fight now for all teachers. Now they don't successfully break them apart, so any whatever go come for fault, now then them go still feel her. Then when it come to CBN and new Naira notes, I think within I just perceive the suspect the governors won't meet Emefiele for now to tell us to make he carry the
extent
of
extend
when
the
they
date.
release the money, go front.
Okay.
Say after election, so that the Ghana must go with the store under their bed and for cupboard and tank. Make the share and give people say make they take buy vote from people now. Now waiting they won't go meet there for that.
Then now waiting you now how you see him, Abi?
Now so I see him for my mind.
All right.
Not the everybody mind on my own mind.
Confirm.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, thank you, Maxman. For that one, we don't call 0903 22 29 797. Numbers we will take you on 0818 22 22 at 205 and a score of 0808 22 22 at 037. All of them are numbers where we take talk on top of this matter. What do you feel? Philemon still inside of the studio here. Now, another thing where they here, where they say, INEC, they talk, say, elections say belong to the young people. That INEC Chamo when he talk. Now one of the things when he talk for inside of Chatham House is saying it belong to young people. This election belong to young people. Now, but this one, it not be like the same thing what we see because some days ago, sometime last week, when they released the how people take register, the fragmentation, if you call them like that. I'm not sure that young people get the highest registered voters. Now men, now in past, then before we now start talk about young people. So I don't know whether that information correspond. But make I just take this call. Who they are so?
Good morning, Owen.
Morning to you.
Godwin from Maraba.
Godwin from Maraba. Welcome, my brother Godwin. We don't hear you.
So,
go ahead, please.
My contribution is about this Boko Haram, how much they paid them. They say 1 billion plus.
Yes, he did for daily trust. Yeah.
Can you imagine the kind of amount that money would have gone for any other development in this country? And they spent on Boko Haram. And there's a time they said those sponsoring, they have captured all of them. But what are they doing with them now? We have not heard anything about that. You know, that's the problem we are having. They say they don't capture those ones that sponsor Boko Haram. But since then, we have not heard anything happening. What is going on? For the amount, the money they spend, my brother, God will help this country. Oh, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for that one. We don't talk. My brother Godwin from Maraba, thank you so much. As you TikTok, I'm say $1 billion spent on recovering our territories. Then according by President Muhammad Buhari. But my brother, they ask, say, how far? Well, anyway, he's still there. Yeah, make we still call out the phone calls. They are 0903 22 29 797 0818 22 22 205 0808 22 22 scoff 037. All the numbers where we fit take yarn. Are you there? So this morning, good morning to you there.
Good morning, Ezemmuo.
Good morning to you, my brother. What's in your name? Where they call us from this morning?
This Life Lion. I'm calling from Life Camp.
Life Lion from Life Camp. Welcome.
Yes. God bless my radio station.
God bless you too. Welcome. We hear you.
Ezemmuo.
Yes, sir.
My heart is really bleeding. My heart is really bleeding. What am I really hearing this morning? That Nigeria has spent no less than billions of dollars.
1 billion. Hold on. For fact, make we dey factual. The information we on top there is say $1 billion retrieving territories from Boko Haram. That now what's in the headline talk? Yes. Yes, sir.
And we are still witnessing. We are still hearing about people killed by the insurgency. Where are we heading to? Are we not ashamed of ourselves as a giant of Africa by giving the whole world what we have spent, and we are still suffering in insurgency? In fact, my heart is bleeding so seriously, and we are not even ashamed of ourselves in Nigeria, telling the whole world, telling the what we are passing through, while we are giant of Africa to save other people that are suffering this kind of a thing. Where are we heading to? Ezemmuo, where are we heading to? Now, one group to the other, supporting this group or supporting no group. What have APs?
All right. Lifeline, try call us back. Your line don't cut. Sorry, you say you had the bleed. But thank you for that one. We don't talk. Try call us back as he take the B. Now, Philemon, quickly, this matter we consign youths or young people. If we talk about regions, demography.
Yes,
thank you very much for Now, talk about region. If you talk about demography by region, they say when they talk about Lagos, they talk about Kano, they talk about Rivers, they talk about Oyo. Now, if you talk about groups like demography, like you talk. I'm not sure saying our youths be the highest number where they give us.
I say, looking well.
Okay.
Maybe you should drink some cold water. They say
yes.
Between 18 and 34.
Yes.
37 million.
Okay.
Now, between 35 and 49.
Yes.
33 million.
Okay.
Now, ordinarily, that 37 million is the highest in the demographic groups.
Okay.
Now, if you add, because people when they're 35, they're still young.
They're still
35,
young.
40,
yes, they're still youth.
So, if you add those two together, it comes to 70 million.
Okay.
The total of registered people is about 93 million. Okay. So the 70 million is about 75% of the voters.
Okay.
So of that 75%, that 18 to 34, most of which is new voters.
New first-time voters.
Constitute 37%. So which means that as a block, they have a huge number.
As a block.
But we must also say this. Will the bloc move from holding PVC to using PVC at the polling units?
That's not the question.
That is the
actually.
question. And we can only answer that question after the election, when we start looking at the figures and the how they voted. You know, in different countries, they give what we call value to blocks of voters. In America, for instance, on a particular issue, they will say, these old people, this issue is very critical to them. So you are going to see a lot of numbers from that particular group.
Constituency,
So
that group.
now, when I hear say a lot of the youth, their head they hot. Their head they hot because they're not happy.
Yes.
So that head they
Like
hot.
life fly on now.
Like
Like they say
life
hearts,
fly on,
they bleed.
It's even finding it difficult to breathe because the man they charge. So, but make it calm down.
Yes.
Make it calm down, because there's one thing to have the numbers, and it's another to use the numbers. And I always give this simple example.
Yes.
Women, they cry. We are not well represented. We are blah, 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 blah. But women as a block, they are huge. But have they transferred that block into to express their frustration at the polling booth for women and women issues? The answer is no. So it will be interesting for people who are studying electoral figures to look at the post-election statistics to find out whether that transition happened or not. Yes.
All right. Okay, so in essence, when they say 2023 elections belong to young people, where INEC could talk, INEC they talk the right, they know what they talk.
Yes.
In essence. Okay, so that one day there, don't forget, I should hear also Yusuf go fit to put mouth on top of the matter. 0903 2229 797 0818 2222 205. All the numbers where we fit take talk this morning. Who there sooner this morning? Hello.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning to you, my brother. Who they talk, where they call us from?
ID did talk.
Oh, ID, good morning to you, ID. Welcome, my brother.
Good morning, my brother in the studio.
Good morning, ID.
On the issue of ASU and the other two newly registered unions.
Yes, Kunwa Namda.
This is not the first time Nigerian government or federal government will do that. Have you forgotten the time of Baba Obasanjo?
Okay.
When TUC was haphazardly registered to break the influence of NLC. So at the end of the day, now, is there any difference between NLC and TUC now? Even before Obasanjo left, it was a tug of war because the federal government then thought they would be able to manipulate TUC to maybe really not allow NLC, to have a larger say as far as unionism, trade, whatever was concerned in Nigeria then. So ASU, Cornell, and the other thing, but maybe the next 1 or 2 years, you see they'll come together as one. But our government think has been able to break the backbone of ASU or the influence of ASU, which I think was a little bit unreasonable during that 8-month strike. But now you will see the three unions will come together and they will fight for their rights. It's natural. The labor law specify exactly what happens. If you don't work, you don't collect your pay. That is just the main thing. No work, no pay. ASU was going on strike for 8 months. They were expecting government to pay them from where? But then Konya and the other one now. So at the end of the day, you see the two of them, they will come together. Like my brother in the studio said that maybe they will be on the ground floor, maybe they will to climb the staircase. Parliament. They will climb the staircase and go and meet house there. By the time they start their labor whatever, they will come out with just one thing. This is what the labor law says. Equip universities. Stop brain drain from all sectors.
All right.
Stop brain drain. Let Nigerians know that yes, we have very good educational system. Before, people from other African countries were coming to Nigeria to learn.
That's correct. Yes.
They were coming to Nigeria to learn. Even to see medical doctors coming around. But what is the problem with our country? Bad leadership. Thank you, Ezemmuo.
All right, thank you, my brother ID from Duse there. For that one, we don't talk quickly. Now, something they Oga Filemon, you get this particular yarn where they say private sector least priority areas for next government. All right, so that one of the headlines when I just see he did here, because if we talk about this one, whether now this one will be matter of choice, now matter of waiting gas happen, whether now Labour or whether now APC or whether now PDP, whether now NMPP, anybody will enter there, you get expectations where people get from them.
Yes.
Now, private sector, they don't come talk about some of these things. Now, one of the headlines where we see there. Now, but when we talk about expectations now, we talk about this in the world of business particularly. What do you feel? Some of these things, what do you feel where we say any government will enter there now, suppose 1, 2, 3, or even the first two, where they go pay attention, we go help startups, SMEs, business owners, artisans, workers, because these are people who will really go out there on the 25th to vote alongside other people. You know, so when they say expectations, say the list, private sector list priority area.